Hi everyone, how are y'all doing? I hope you're doing good. It is way too late for me to be filming. Way too late. But I'm just like honestly really bored. And I've been loving telling these story times. And I'm on my third time filming this. I cannot get this story right. Like it's so just like there's so many details, there's so many things, and bitch, this is not one I can mess up. Oh my god. So we're just gonna get into it. This is like actually like insane. Like I can't make this shit up. Like this is like one of the biggest reasons why I had to tell these stories is because like there's like no realm where like you're literally joking about this. Like this isn't real, you know. Um but yeah, we're just gonna get into it because we have a lot to get to and you're not gonna want to miss any of it, bitch. Like it is actually just like crazy. Um, but yeah, let's just get started. I think I should start with a predecessor though. I think it's pretty obvious. Like, I'm a very thin guy. I know I even like love to wear my hair down a lot. I think maybe it could be a little confusing to people. I just kind of consider myself like fluid androgynous with like gender. I love to like shave and like just be super thin. Um, but I am still just like very comfortable in my masculinity. Like I'm just like I do identify as a guy. Like I don't think I'm trans. Like I'm trying to figure that out right now. Like am I trans or am I a guy? I think I'm just a feminine guy, and that's okay. Like you don't have to transition. Like that's fine. Like we're all very different. Like you don't have to be something that you're not, you know? But I'm a gay guy, right? That's where I'm getting at with this uh like preamble or whatever. And when you're like a gay guy, like going through school, whatever, like everyone wants love, everyone wants connection, everyone wants, you know, to just have like some romantic experience. And when you're talking about like the classes and stuff, like it's just very limited. So, you know, like the people in your grade, the people in your school, it's just very limited. So naturally, like kind of in the new age, you just tend to go online. And a lot of the apps that I first used were actually really wholesome. Like they kind of reminded me of like MySpace. Like it's nothing crazy, but I was like talking with people who were my age and like it wasn't anything like weird or creepy. Like you're just gay people talking, you know? That was fun. But then me and my best friend discovered Grinder. Now, the biggest thing I want to say before anything is if you are on Grinder and you are a minor, please, I am like literally begging you, just get off. Oh my god, like don't go on there. I know, I am right there with you. Like I was like that in the story or whatever. I was a teen. Like it's please, 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 please. Just at least wait until you're of age, or I think I was really like cognizant of like all these things and like what they really meant when I was like 20. So I think like wait until you're ready, until you really, really know. Because like honestly, you really just don't know like enough about sex. You don't know enough about relationships. And just jumping into it and like hooking up with people is like crazy. It's fucking crazy. Like no one talks about that, but it's like actually like just so backwards. Like that's not no. 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 And especially like again, if you're underage, like so many people were urging me, like, please get off of it. Like, what are you doing? And like it wasn't going through my head and like I didn't understand. I thought I knew and a lot of the things I thought I knew caught up with me and like I have trauma, I have physical trauma, I have emotional trauma, like just so much repercussions that you just don't think. And I am just urging you like again, like these things aren't inherently bad, but just wait until you're at least like of age or like I said, like 20. I think when I was 20, I really woke up and I just kind of like was able to process everything a lot better, and it's just a lot better now. It's just a lot better, you know. But that's like all I have to say on that. That's all I have to say on that. So I was a teen or whatever, and I was talking with this guy for a while. He was a friend that I like talked with on Grinder, and like he was just like a lot older than me. Not extremely so, but I think he was like 30, which is like teen 30. You know what I mean? Like it's just kind of weird. Um, so he's just my friend. There's nothing really crazy to say on that, but like, you know, we just like talked a little bit and he was just kind of like this friendly guy or whatever. We can call him Brett. Brett? Brett's kind of a fun name. We'll call him Brett. So Brett was my friend and I met him on this app and like we were just friendly with each other. Nothing crazy. We just kind of talked every now and then. Whatever. And there was this other guy, we can call him Ray. I was gonna meet up with him for the night. I just thought he was cute. I mean, I wasn't like super interested in him, honestly. I kind of just thought he was like a fuckboy or whatever. But I was just like, you know, like you gotta shoot your shot. So I was shooting my shot, and it was fine. Also in the same age range. Again, I was a teenager, 30. Again, just kind of weird. Um, completely lost my train of thought. Okay, so when I would meet guys on the app, I typically met them at one of two places. And I think this was the only time I went to the one of two places because I don't remember going there again because it was just so scary. But I would sneak out of my window. Even though I could drive, like I had a license, but I didn't want my parents to know that like the car was gone. That was like the biggest thing because my dad got up early and like I was just always nervous like he's gonna notice that my car's gone because I'll be out all night or whatever. And sometimes that was the case, which is crazy showing up in the morning for a fucking like whatever. Um but it was one of two places that I would meet these guys. They would either pick me up at a church parking lot in the middle of the night, or there was also this elementary school parking lot in the middle of the night. This is the only time I remember going to the elementary school because it is a little further away than that church. And I think this was one of the first times that like a guy had picked me up. That's why everything went so south. Like, we'll get to that, but like it was one of the first times that I think I'd like had a guy pick me up. So I go to like, you know, I sneak out my window, just try to make sure everything's right in the house so I don't like get a call being like, where the fuck are you? I scurry on down the street and go to this elementary school parking lot. This shit was scary. Like there was no one like that was creepy. There wasn't anything standing out, but it was just so like, oh my god, like it was so dark and just like like I did not like anything about it. Like it just like the word unsafe is like how you describe this. Like it just did not feel good. Um and they took a while to get there. I'd say they took like 10-15 minutes before they drove up. So I was just like kind of going through my head like, "Oh my god, should I just like turn back, go home?" I forgot about that. Oh my god. But I was like, "Oh my god, should I just go home? Like this is fucking weird. Like I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this." But then I'm like, "No, I think they're probably going to get here soon." And they did. So they pull up, I think in like a Charger type vehicle. Like if you know, you know, like it's just like one of those two-seaters, like kind of like sports cars or whatever is the vibe. Um, they pull up in that. And when I say they, I'm talking about literally both the guys that I just mentioned. So my friend and the guy I was supposed to hook up with that night. And I think the thing is too is it's like, like we're all gay or whatever. So I think the guy who I remember was driving, who was my friend, um, I think I had told him like I was busy that night, I couldn't meet up with them. Like it was kind of a choice between the two of them, and they're both fucking there, and I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, oh, we just didn't talk about it, but like that's crazy. Like, I don't know. Um, and mind you, I said this is a two-seater, so like I'm opening the door and he's just kind of like laid back in the passenger seat. And I'm just like, oh my, where shall I sit? Um, so I'm, don't know this guy. I get in and I'm just sitting on his lap. And oh boy, there's a just around my ass the whole ride, whatever. I know we've heard like, like that's the vibe, but it was just not like that was crazy, like off rip. And so that kind of made me like a bit like, oh, like, like when you've like are just like thinking about should I go to this thing, should I not go to this thing, like how I was in the parking lot or whatever. I knew in that moment I fucked up. Like I should not have gotten in that car. Oh my god. Like and right when that happened, I was like, oh, this is not gonna be the night. And bitch it wasn't, but we'll get there. So the guy who's driving, like, oh, what did I call him? Brett. So Brett's fucking driving like a fucking maniac, mind you. Like literally like someone's like chasing us. Like there's literally it's like nighttime, no one's driving, whatever. He's driving like a madman down the street and I'm like, "Oh my fucking god." Like literally thought I was going to die. Like I was just like holding my breath literally cuz I'm just like, getting touched and groped or whatever and then like we're like speeding. Like is the seatbelt even on? I don't fucking know. Like just so many things running through my head. I was like, oh my god. We finally get to the house. And when I say we finally, it felt like the longest fucking ride just because of the anxiety. But it was probably like a 5-10 minute ride. But oh my god, it just like freaked me the fuck out. Driving like a madman. There's no one on the road and you're driving like 50 and a 20, 60 and a 30. Like, what the fuck? We get to the house. We get inside. We go to the kitchen. I remember there were kind of some other guys there. The kitchen, I don't remember anything being too off. Like, I don't know. Nothing like out of the ordinary. Just kind of like an awkward vibe. Like when you bring someone over, like everything's just kind of awkward. But then they're both like, "Oh, we're gonna like, go upstairs." So all three of us go upstairs. Why are all three of us going up there? Whatever. I'm just so pissed or whatever. But we get up there, bitch. I'm looking around at the house and I'm like, bitch, what the fuck? It was like literally giving crack house. Like I don't think they were doing like actual drugs to my knowledge, but like it was like giving crack house. I'm like, literally, what the fuck? So we get upstairs. We get on this mattress. It's on the floor. And there's literally like a TV like box, kind of like one of those small ones, like 3 feet away. And I'm with, what did I decide to call him? Ray or Richie? I think I called him Ray. So Ray, the guy I was supposed to like, hook up with for the night, we're just kind of like making out, just kind of talking, whatever, just like all flirty, like on the mattress or whatever. Just like having fun. Like I don't know, like I just kind of like that was kind of my vibe, I guess. Um, and then like he's really like wanting to like go all the way. And if you're like gay, like it's just kind of like a lot. Like a lot's going on and like during this era, like I really really, really, this is how you know, like, just wait until you're older. Like, I don't even know, like, how to, like, prep for things like that. I didn't know, like, how that even, like, goes, like, doing it like that, you know? So, like, I would always do, like, oral, you know? And just, like, make out and, like, you know, just, like, exchange. Like, that's kind of, like, what the vibe was. Because that's, like, what I knew and felt comfortable with. But she was like putting the guilt on hard, just like, oh my god, like I just want to do it so bad. Like this would just be like the highlight of my night or some shit, or like I don't know. I think this is the first time like guys will do this sometimes and it's like literally get a grip, like he's like, oh my god, it hurts like so bad. Like I just like I almost like need to do it. And it's like, um I'm okay. I literally told him like I don't want to do it because like we're like having sexy talk or whatever, and I'm like, dude, I have like digestive issues. Like I can't do that. Like, first of all, it's TMI. Second of all, what the fuck? Like, completely ruining the vibe. But like, we were still talking or whatever. It was just so like, oh my god, why did I say that? Like I think about that. Um, but then again, since they're older, 30, I'm younger, teenager. They're like, oh my god, should we take like shots? So they have like, mind you, I think I had alcohol before this, but it was like once like trying it, or like I might have gotten a little tipsy, but I didn't know like, no, I think this was the first time I actually had alcohol. Fuck, this was the first time I had alcohol. Um, the also this is a crazy alcohol to have the first time. It was a fucking 99 proof, the banana one. Like, you know, they kept it cold, cold too. It was like frozen. So that shit was cold as fuck. But if you've had like the 99 proof, like anything, like instant, like knockout, like the craziest, like alcohol, like it's very clear, like why we're taking alcohol. Like, let's be so fucking for real. But he takes a swig, the other guy takes a swig, and then I take a few glugs, and I just, oh my god, I remember it just burning for the first time. That's how I remember it was my first time, because I just remembered like, oh shit, that's what they mean when they say like alcohol burns or whatever. Again, just like crazy. Um, and it was one of the medium sized one too. I drank a decent swig on that, I'll say. And then not even just that, but like back to back, they're doing poppers right after it. And listen, and now that I'm older and I've had like a lot more like alcohol experiences, I already like shared that one on my channel, which is crazy, crazy. It'll probably be at the end of this video. But like, I never felt alcohol like I did in this experiment, and experiment was crazy. But I think I might have hit the poppers too, because like I had, I still have never like taken poppers, and I wonder, like I remember thinking back on that, and I'm like, I have never felt that out of it during alcohol. Like, did I get roofied, or did I also hit the poppers? But I don't think poppers do that to you. But basically, like we take these things, and like I am like out of it, bitch. And I know it's a strong alcohol and it's my first time, but like it was just kind of different from like my other alcohol experiences. So that's kind of why I do think like something was kind of going on. I don't know. I could be completely wrong, but I think it was just like there's a lot of things. But I just remembered this, especially from like my more recent alcohol experiences. Even like my first ones, it was just very different, and I don't really know why. So I don't necessarily think I got roofied, but I just um it just felt very different. So like I'm with this guy like on the mattress, whatever. He's like really wanting to stick it in. And like I am like just so out of it, bitch. I'm like, oh my god. Like it's the first time I had alcohol and like again, it just felt weird. It felt weird. I don't have any evidence that there was like roofing going on, but I like know they had poppers going around. I had never had poppers before, so I don't remember if I sniffed it or if I didn't. Um, so we're like on this bed or whatever, and again, he's just really wanting to stick it in, and I'm just like, no, my digestive issues, no, um, just crazy, crazy. Um, and then he's like, "Can I give you some hickeys?" And I'm like, "Sure." He literally like giving vampire, like he's like latching on and like using all his force. And like I think it might have been the alcohol, but like it just felt like so painful and so much at first. But then I kind of started to like it, so I was like, oh okay, like whatever, slay. Um, but it was just so intense, and like I kind of knew like, whoa, what the fuck? Like I've never gotten hickeys like this before. Whatever. So we're like doing all this, and like he's trying to like coerce me into sex, whatever. And then I have my glasses, right? I have my glasses off because it's like intimacy or whatever. But I look across the room, and again, like things are just kind of happening like so fast, like I'm not even like thinking about anything. And the guy who was my friend, what, Brett, is literally just like in the corner, like jerking off. And my Brett was like, but he was like maybe add a couple here, like it was crazy. Even like seeing it from there, I'm like, what the fuck? Not for me, not for me, bitch. But I remember just being like, what the fuck? Like I'm here with this other dude. Like, why are you like? Do you know? It was just I felt so weird about that. I was like, whoa, what the fuck? But again, I couldn't see, and like the guy that I was already like talking with, like it's just like I'm already trying to just keep him satisfied so things don't go awry or whatever. Or I don't know. And like again, like they drove me there, like they need to be the ones to drive me back too. So like I'm just trying to keep good spirits or whatever the fuck. But again, I'm so out of it because of the alcohol. First time drinking, like so out of it. Um, but he gives me those hickeys, and then I think we just kind of like finished each other off or something. I don't even remember again. Like I was so fucking out of it, bitch. I'm like, what? And I really like remember just being like, I want to literally just get out of this like so fucking quickly. Like I just don't want to be here. I'm over it. Like I don't feel safe. I feel fucking weird. And I think we did like finish each other off because I remember like those guys that were there in the beginning in the kitchen, like I think they were like came up and they had to like ask them something. Um and I remember like having like literally this like coming to age moment where I'm like in the bed, I'm like fully naked. There's like literally so many men in the room and I'm like I just felt like a horror. Like that's the best way to describe it. Like I remember just being like, oh, like I'm just like covered in a sheet and like the guys that I was with up here, like they just wanted to like fuck and like now these other guys are up here and like now I just look like a whore, I guess. Like I don't know it I don't know how to explain that, but it just like I felt like really exposed and like I felt like I was trying to like look really cute and kind in the sheets. But like I just like I don't know how to explain it, but I felt like a whore. Like I I think it also kind of felt empowering, but it also just felt very I don't know, just very like I felt like a whore. Um So yeah, those guys come up like literally. Why are you up here? You knew we were like I don't fucking know. Um, why is that guy in the corner still either? Like what the fuck? Like I thought he had left. I didn't even like. I remember him kind of like leaving in the middle or something. Like he's like okay or I don't know. And then I look over and he's like jerking it off to us, and I'm like, what the fuck? I thought I was in here alone with this guy. That was a surprise threesome, like literally. Um, so we finished or whatever. I get literally these hickeys or whatever, and we go downstairs. Again, we're talking with these guys in the kitchen. I don't even know. I just want to go home. And they take me back to the parking lot. I don't think it was as crazy, but again, I was so out of it and I just wanted to go home. Like, again, like the alcohol, I was just like, I was not doing okay. So they take me there and I miraculously survive and go to bed. Oh my god, like everything somehow turned out all right. Thank you. Like, let me just get on with my life. Bitch, I had school the next day. I had fucking school the next day. So I'm like getting up early, like, oh my god. Like, I was over there like way too late. Like, I got like 3, 4 hours of sleep before my alarm went off. Maybe if that. I wake up, I go into the mirror. Bitch. I literally, these hickeys that he gave me on my neck and my chest, black. Black. Like, not like, it just looks kind of like like, literally, like, oh, here's my hickey. Here's my fucking, like, I cannot express to you, like, it looked like someone fucking, like, punched me in the neck. Like, black eyes on my neck. Like, oh my god, like, what the fuck do I do? And I'm a guy. I had the littlest amount of makeup, thank God, because, I was secretly doing makeup in the house or whatever. Like, a whole other story. There's not much to say, but like, I did makeup like in secret because I was like, I didn't want my parents finding out because they probably wouldn't have liked it. Um, but I used like the most amount of makeup I can. It looks like not even like a regular hickey. Like it looks like I got beat the fuck up in my neck. Um, and I'm like, bitch, what the fuck do I do? I get like a hoodie. Also, gay ass hoodie. It was literally like a turtleneck hoodie. Like, the gay has always been there. So I'm walking out with this turtleneck hoodie, like literally running to my car so I could go to school because like it was so hard. I'm like hiding my neck. Luckily my parents didn't see. I don't know how the fuck, but I get to school, right? This story is not over. That it wasn't just the night and I just get to live free. Like the story's not over. I get to school. People are like, literally, who the fuck tried to murder you? Like, literally, what the actual fuck, Will? And one of the girly girls, they had some makeup with them, so they lent me some makeup. Like, she kind of helped me with it. Loved her so much. She's a really good friend, but she helped me with it a little bit. We're doing okay. We're doing well. Lunch comes around. And it's me and the girls. Me and the girls. Like, I was always a part of the girls group. And we had this one guy at the table. He was fine. He's not doing anything too crazy. But he notices, like, the hickeys on my neck are run over. And he's like, oh my god, what the fuck happened to you? And I'm like, no, like, it's nothing to worry about. Like, it's literally so stupid. Like, don't worry about it. He's like, no, like, who the fuck, like, tried to beat you up? Like, tell me, like, I'll beat their ass, you know? And I'm like, trust me, like, I know what you think, but, like, it's not that. You know, like, in that realm. Like we're going in completely different realms. Like it's not, like I'm fine. Like it's all good. And he's like, dude, like tell me who the fuck. I'll literally beat them. Like people are starting to notice like the neighboring tables. Like I feel like all these eyes on me, and I just like, oh my god, him like coming at me, and I'm just like, they're just hickeys. Literally so embarrassed. Like literally every neighboring table just like everyone at my table just like and then his face went from like to and again, I appreciate the concern. Like that's not the problem. But like you're not listening to me, bitch. Like, oh my god, this dude. Um but I mean, he was looking out for me. But like I wasn't getting abused or whatever. Like we could debate that. But damn, like really? Like I'm gonna get hickeys and like it's gonna turn into that. Like you're literally joking. This was already traumatizing enough and I have to like confront this at fucking school. Like, oh my god, like bitch, what the fuck? Um but yeah, I think that's kind of the only way I think I can wrap it up. Like it was just I don't even know how to explain it. Like I guess it's not maybe too crazy, but like everything happening back to back, just like things that were just like insane. Like I just like no. Like what do you mean that's happening? Like what do you mean there's like someone staring at me having sex and I'm just like, wait. Like what did you leave? Or like what do you mean I'm getting abused? I guess I even said like it literally looked like someone like punched the fuck out of me in my neck. But they were still like hickeys. They were just like I had never seen hickeys that bad. I've had a hickey or two. I've seen a hickey or two. I to this day have never seen hickeys that bad. And let me tell you, when I got them, I knew like they were just a different breed of hickey. Like they just kind of hurt differently, and like sure there was like alcohol involved, so I didn't feel it like as much, but like it was still there, bitch. It was still there. Um, but yeah, that was the most terrifying night of my life. I hope y'all learned maybe a little bit of something of this. If you have like kind of a weary feeling about getting into a situation, you're probably right. Trust that gut instinct because that was the same feeling I had with that video of like the blackout. Where I first walked in there, I should have just left. I should have just fucking left. In this situation, I should have just fucking left. Like, it's okay to leave. Like, you were in control and like, oh my god. It's just like, because like, it seems like such, like in the beginning, like, oh, well, why would I leave? Like, just because I kind of have an off, uncomfortable feeling. Like, people say you should be uncomfortable. But if you genuinely believe, like, it's like an unsettling, uncomfortable, like, you do not feel safe, don't fucking do it. Don't fucking do it. Take it from me, don't fucking do it. Oh my god. That's all I have to say on that because it would have saved me a lot of fucking pain and a lot of just, like, horrible memories. Um, and yeah, if there's just like someone who's like a lot older than you and like just a lot younger, just like keep that in mind because like whenever you start to get older, you're gonna realize like, oh, they're like something's going on. Something weird's going on. So that's also my stance on that. Um so if there's a lesson to be learned from this one, I think it's just that. Just trust yourself. Like it's okay. Like, I think it's like a pretty entertaining story and like I just kind of look back and laugh right now. Like I really like don't take anything like too much from this. Ugh. From like this story in general, but like there are like other things I like look back on and I'm just like, what the fuck? Um, but okay. I hope y'all enjoyed. Many more story times coming. Many more. Like I don't know how many I have in my head right now, but I'm busting them out. I'm busting them out. Like they're coming. They're coming. I don't know if there are some that do reach this level and the other level from the other video. Um, but I just kind of want to know, like, what story times would y'all want to hear? Like, what's something that you would want to know, I guess, or you just have questions on. I don't know. But yeah, that's gonna be all for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed. But yeah, I hope y'all have a great day. It's literally like 2 a.m. I'm probably gonna start going to bed or something of the sort. I don't know. But yeah, you can definitely see it on my face. Oh my god. I'll see you in the next one, okay? Bye.